Hidden beneath the polished pages of history textbooks lies another America, an America they never wanted you to see. A land of secret experiments, silenced voices, and hidden deals that shaped the destiny of millions. Did you know that America's discovery wasn't its beginning? Or that some of the greatest betrayals of its people were buried in whispers, erased from classrooms and locked away in archives? This is not the history you were taught. It's the untold truth. Stay with us as we uncover the hidden chapters of America's story. And if you're hungry for history's forbidden side, don't forget to subscribe for more untold stories. The story of America has always been wrapped in grand imagery. Pilgrims on rocky shores, founding fathers with quills in hand, brave pioneers taming the wild frontier. But behind these heroic portraits, another reality unfolded. From the earliest encounters, conquest and ambition walked hand in hand with ideals of freedom. The myths celebrated in school often hide the struggles of those whose voices were silenced. Indigenous nations, enslaved people, dissenters, and visionaries who saw too much. Imagine the streets of Boston in 1770, not the patriotic city of independence yet, but a boiling cauldron of unrest, spies, and secret deals. Picture the vast lands of the Mississippi Valley, already thriving with civilizations long before European boots touched its soil. These were not empty frontiers, they were stolen landscapes. As the new nation rose, its leaders made bold declarations of liberty, while simultaneously cutting quiet bargains that betrayed those ideals. Treaties with native tribes were signed, broken, and forgotten. Financial empires were built on backs never mentioned in your classroom lessons. Wars were launched not only for freedom, but for land, gold, and power. This is America's hidden past. A history of contradictions, secrets, and decisions that still echo today, and it's time to bring those shadows into the light. The untold history of America begins not with Columbus, but with the civilizations that thrived here for thousands of years. The mound builders of Cahokia, the intricate trade networks stretching from the Great Lakes to the Gulf, the democratic councils of the Haudenosaunee that inspired the U.S. Constitution, all rarely find a page in our school books. Their erasure was deliberate. When European colonists arrived, the story shifted to one of dominance. Land was mapped, seized, and renamed. By the 1600s, Jamestown had already experimented with enslaving both indigenous and African people. In 1619, the first enslaved Africans were brought to Virginia, a fact often brushed aside as a footnote, even though it would shape the nation's future economy. But the secrets run deeper. Consider Benjamin Franklin. Not just an inventor, but also a diplomat who quietly maneuvered France into funding the revolution, keeping entire backroom negotiations hidden from the public. Or George Washington, celebrated as a man of liberty, yet privately obsessed with expanding westward into native lands, even against treaties his own government had signed. And then there are the darker experiments of the 20th century, the Tuskegee syphilis study, in which hundreds of black men were deliberately denied treatment in the name of science. Entire communities displaced for projects like the Manhattan Project, where nuclear secrets were born while innocent towns were erased from maps. But danger was always closing in. The powerful guarded their secrets, and those who exposed them often paid the price. Whistleblowers, activists, and truth-tellers were silenced. From labor strikes crushed with bloodshed to journalists chased into exile, America's hidden history is also a history of suppression. These are not just mistakes of the past. They are clues to the forces that shaped the nation in silence. The most dramatic turning point comes in the 19th century, when America's ambition collided with its conscience. The Civil War is remembered as a battle over slavery, but few realize the depth of secrets surrounding it. Northern banks had profited from the slave trade. Southern aristocrats struck quiet deals with European powers, and Abraham Lincoln himself walked a fragile line between ideals and political survival. As the war raged, secret letters revealed how deeply divided even the Union was. And in the South, enslaved people risked everything, escaping through the Underground Railroad, guided not just by bravery but by a hidden code of songs, stars, and secret allies. The war wasn't simply fought on battlefields, it was fought in shadows, in whispers, in choices that could cost everything. When the cannons finally silenced, America declared itself free. But the secrets did not end. Instead, they went underground, re-emerging in Reconstruction's betrayals, Jim Crow's rise, and the backroom bargains of politicians who spoke of freedom while ensuring oppression endured. The Untold History of America is not a story of villains alone. It is a story of human struggle, ambition, and resilience. For every secret deal made in power's shadows, there were voices that resisted. The native nations who fought to preserve their lands, the enslaved who rose up in rebellion, the journalists who exposed corruption, the everyday citizens who refused to be silenced. The legacies of these hidden chapters shape us still. Our schools, our cities, even our laws carry echoes of choices made long ago, some heroic, others shameful. By uncovering these stories, we don't weaken America's image, we strengthen it. Because only by facing the shadows of our past can we understand the light of its ideals. This is the America they never taught you in school. A nation not only of triumphs, but of secrets, secrets that demand to be remembered. History is not just about what happened, it's about what was hidden and what we choose to see today. If you believe these untold stories deserve to be heard, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more history that was never meant to be forgotten.